ANIP, like I said, it's sort of like a it's really well-run pharma company. Multisanti's here. Hey, of course, you do that thing I asked you to do. You know the fucking thing with the guy. Fucking Multisanti, man. Yeah, Buffett asked me to smoke weed. I'd smoke weed with Buffett. That's just a little bit of a. That's a little bit of glaze right there, man. I'm doing tricks on it right there. You're gonna have to do some tricks on it. You want this interview, Becky? Time to do some tricks. Let's see your tricks. Okay, well, I'll ignore CNBC then. That's more like it. Taken care of. You've seen Becky quick. He's just older with the raspy voice. He used to not have a raspy voice. He's a folksy voice. A lot of these masters of the universe men don't want to be in monogamous relationships. I won't say who. It's not my business. But I'll just say a lot of them. Okay, so they're a little levered up. Buffett would give up his net worth to B20 again because he can make it all back. I think we all would. So massive revenue growth for ANI. Remember, this is a company that doesn't have normally or organic growth. That's the trick with pharma. I mean, it's just a very tough business to have true organic growth in. Business, man. No, I never met Epstein. I don't think anybody's ever met Epstein other than a handful of super elites. Our summer intern, his dad was Epstein's pilot at one point. Money laundering, extortion, I mean, clearly the guy was a criminal. Godel should not be down. It's up to me. Literally using it as we speak. Yeah, I remember when A&I was more of like a 300-400 million market cap, so good on them for getting this thing to work. It ain't easy, boys. It ain't easy building a $2 billion company. They had all these crappy little drugs. A lot of generics, a lot of dog shit drugs. But now they made it. Apogee, that's interesting. Yeah, and what's funny is they've kept their share count really low. Doing 200 in cash flow. It's like 10 times EV to EBITDA, or EV to cash flow, I should say. What, Alamira? I remember Alamira. Okay, here are their products. So I mentioned Cortrophin gel. This is something that a lot of drug companies wanted to do, including mine, and we ended up abandoning it. But look at the unbelievable 320 million in revs. Wow, this is a long, man. This could be a really good long. It's obviously, I think, already been a bit of a rocket ship stock, but I mean, they're already almost as big as Acthar. It's crazy. When you say 40% naive to Acthar, that's the patients? Or what are you saying? Yeah, they're taking share. It's probably a lot cheaper. Okay, looks like the server's up. Yes, let me look at a couple more 10Qs for this guy, ANIP. So we're looking at ANIP Pharma. Old company from, I wouldn't say from my past, but you know, it's a company I've known for a long time. And they had this goal of getting ACTH on the market, and so did we. And they actually did it. You know, they stuck to it and did it. And it is not easy. You got to do all kinds of, you know, things, but they obviously were able to get it on the market and get it FDA approved. And I think part of it is that the FDA has sort of become a more, woke isn't the right word, but like attuned organization. So like the Acthar price increase pissed off a lot of people, and basically, you know, the response was, look, you know, you got to let me get my old corticotrophin back on the market because these guys are doing this price increase, and if you don't let me come back on the market, they're going to continue to take advantage of customers. And now the FDA, in the past, they would be like, oh, whatever, shove it up your ass. It's not our problem. And now it's like, oh, whoa. We can't let Shkreli do something to us or something like that. We got to be responsive to social justice. And obviously, my opinion is, you know, they should not have any, like, it should not be relevant at all if the drug is really commercially important or not. It should just be relevant to the health of people. But they're like, you know, oh, we can score points with senators who want sound bites, then, you know, it's that kind of bullshit. impressive company, man. I bet you their Acthar, their corticotrophin just keeps going up. Yeah, people who are very smart have a lot of trouble in life because they don't know what to do. I think that if you're having that problem, what you really are having a problem with is your psychology, so your mental health. Because obviously there's a huge amount of things you could do. You can study things that are too hard for other people to study, like math or physics or, whatever. And, you could get into business, and that doesn't require maybe the highest IQ, but it doesn't hurt. But if you're struggling to find a thing to do, it's probably your own demons more than anything else, because life is great. There's a lot of great things you could do, and if you're having a struggle figuring that out, it's probably you have a lot going on. You're a little sick and twisted in the head. You're a little fucked up. Made in China. He's not all there. He's got a couple of screws loose. No, but seriously, I've seen some really, really smart friends of mine. I went to school for lack of a better term, geniuses. And, I knew people who were so depressed they couldn't do anything. Even though they were smarter than me, it didn't matter. Because they didn't have any volition, any will. They've lost the will. They've lost the will to live. They're fucked up. We don't want them here. No, it's not easy because, depression can strike anybody. Smart, stupid. It doesn't matter. And, it's a serious issue. And I think there are a lot of people have trouble getting help for mental health. And it's a really sad thing. I mean, I've been depressed before, and, I feel like, being, getting to the place where you're taking care of your mental health just like you're taking care of your physical health, hopefully. Now lately I've not been taking care of either, but point being, you can't neglect one and expect, I think there's a stigma, people like Andrew Tate. There's no such thing as depression. Give me some water and there's no such thing as depression. You're a pussy if you believe in that. I mean, it's just not right, people have had depression for thousands of years. They called it melancholy a long time ago. It's just some part of the human condition. And I think a lot of people, way more people have depression than they think. And usually they're like, oh, I've got something with fatigue. It's like depression. Oh, I just can't get out of bed. Depression. Yeah, I don't know, my hip hurts and I can't come to work. Depression. You would never want me as a psychiatrist. Everything depression. Having trouble with depression. Yeah, especially in Europe. I mean, where my family's from, there's no such thing, basically. I mean, you're not supposed to even talk about it. Life's too short. Man, nobody's gonna milk these goats by themselves. Fuck your depression. Get them, go milk. We're all gonna starve. Part of it is the lives we have, like the jobs, right, that we have now. Look at me filling out this spreadsheet. You know, it's kind of a drag in some ways, right? Like I like doing it, but for a lot of other people, they can sit there and be like, oh, I don't want to fill a spreadsheet all day. I want adventure. And what the fuck you think this is? Get back to the spreadsheet. Adventure? And go on safari. Get the fuck out of here. You work at JP Morgan. You want the job or not? Okay. I'll fill out the spreadsheet till midnight. I mean, you either want it or you don't. You can't have it both ways. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, the society we live in, it's not given to doing all those things. Like getting sunshine, you know, having, you know, normal relations, and, you know, that's why we're fucked up. But I think, you know, probably the biggest sign of it is, you know, the school shootings. I hate to talk about them because they're so painful, but, you know, that's the height of mental illness. You know, it's really terrible. And I don't think it's social media, by the way. I mean, I think a lot of people want to blame social media, but I don't know if it's social media. I think it's a number of other things, but there's no doubt that it's, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not a sociologist, right? Like, I think people probably were violent before the internet, violent before, you know, there's a weird animal nature in humans that's not, we don't like to talk about, but it's real. I know it's real every time I see Harambe. So I don't know that, you know, things have changed that much, or that things have gotten worse or whatever. It could be from the collapse of the nuclear family, but it could also be nothing. It could be in our imaginations. So, okay, so the corticotrophin growth pattern is a little weird. I'm not sure I love it. This is why I did this. Just wanted to see, like, how was this product growing since its introduction. It had this big quarter in Q2, last quarter. And it's like, was that stocking? What was that? How did that just grow all of a sudden like mad? Oh, did they not? That's weird. They stopped disclosing it or something. Bizarre. They just did brand versus generics and rare. Okay, so so rare is corticotrophin, basically. One more, boys. I mean, it looks like it's still growing, but it's always tricky when you're just looking at the numbers. Like, you don't know, is this the top? Is this the bottom? It's not the, maybe those are the right words, but is the trend going to continue or not? Okay, so here's what this looks like. You do technical analysis on this. Is it still going up? What do you guys think? Looks like it's still going up, right? Question is, can this drug carry this whole company? I think it can. I wonder if somebody will make a generic to this, though. If it gets big enough, you have the opposite problem. Now you're at risk. I think it's animal derived. I mean, I don't see why they can't get it to $1 billion. Yeah, I like it. 50% upside. That's assuming they don't continue to like be smart company, which I'm sure they will be. I think they have a new CEO though from back when I followed it. But I'm gonna put this up on my screen as a potential long here. $89 could probably get to I don't know, 150, something like that, 140 at some point.